Welcome guys back to my video. Today we are going to be learning the full part of the Tennison Gambit. In our previous video we learned about the knight f6 variation where we win the queen like this. But there are few mini variations hiding there, such as in this position black can play bishop f5. If they play, you will play knight c3, pressuring this pawn twice, thrice, while black defenses twice. Now the most popular response is E captures d3 and you play queen f3, a very uncommon move. Bishop c8 is the only move to save the pawn on b7 and bishop into d3. Now all our minor pieces are developed and we are ready to castle. e6 and bishop e3. Now we are fully developed. Bishop e7 and we castle in the queen side because our rook puts an eye on the enemy king. If the enemy king cascades, then bishop into h7 wins the queen. Knight b d7, queen h3, and now the blunder that every player makes is h6. Very tempting move to attack, but this time we don't actually take on f7, but we play a surprising move, knight into e6. Now the queen is trapped, so the only move is f into a6, and we play bishop g6. Now look, this pawn is undefended, so the queen can capture it. The only move for black is to play f7, and queen f7 is literally checkmate. King f8 and queen to e6, threatening checkmate. Queen e8 is the only move, and we win the queen. Okay, but now in this position, if they capture our pawn, we take it with the bishop. They play the tempting move. They don't play the tempting move a6. A lot of people in this position play bishop g4. In this case, we play queen d2. Now, smart people think g6 will be the same. So they play g6. Another tempting move to play the dragon style of the Sicilian. We still capture the pawn on f7. The king takes the knight and we sacrifice our bishop and the queen is gone. Okay, now in this position a lot of people, as I said, fell for the trap. We take the pawn and a lot of people play queen d5. In that case scenario, you will be capturing the rook, the queen into g2, a very tempting move, but a blunder because of bishop g6. d5 is taken by the queen, the king is trapped, and the queen has to sacrifice itself. So in the process, you won a rook and you won a queen. That's winning. In line 2, we can see after e4, d5, knight f3, it takes e4, knight d5. The second most popular move is bishop f5. We respond to that by knight c3. Now knight f6 and we play queen e2. We just attack it 3 times. Queen d4, the most played move and a blunder as well. Queen b5, forking 3 pieces at once. The only move to save 2 is bishop d7. The b7 pawn is gone. Bishop c6, trying to save the rook, but we play bishop b5. The only move is to take the bishop and we take with the knight, and black's position is just demolished. Knight into c7 is coming, queen into a8 and queen into b8 is coming. Black has nothing to do. Now you can see that this position is quite familiar with the England Gambit because It is. Queen d7, we take, and in the England Gambit, our queen takes, but if black queens take, we play queen c8, a stunning checkmate, just like the England's Gambit. Now, I have seen people playing the queen d5 move in the opening, like this, hitting our knight and also protecting the pawn. This is a mistake, of course, because you should not develop your queen in the opening early. Because d3, we hit the pawn again and the bishop defends the knight. E takes d3, bishop takes d3, and two of our minor pieces are developed. Now the most tempting move with is bishop is queen into g2, and that's a blunder because of bishop e4. The queen is trapped. The only move is queen g4, and we take the queen. The black bishop take our queen, and we just got a free piece. Also, in this position, a lot of people play queen e5, hitting us with a check. But we have defense to that, as we play bishop e3. Queen into b2, a very tempting move, but it's also a blunder because of knight d2. You guys should know. For white, the b7 and the g7 pawn is a poison move. And for black, the b2 and the g2 pawn are poison pawns. Knight f6 and white castles, king safety first. Knight c6, another blunder, and knight c4. The black queen is almost trapped. You can see by the lines queen b5 cannot be played because of knight d6, discovered check to the queen. Queen c3 only move, and we play rook b1. The idea is to go rook b3 and hit the queen. The queen is literally trapped. It can't do anything. It's literally trapped. Now a lot of people play the move queen d4 in this position. That's another mistake because you are developing the queen early. d3, we do the same. E takes, bishop takes. Knight c6 is the most played move. Castling, e6, knight c3, we develop normally. Knight f6, bishop e3 hitting the queen with a tempo. Knight queen d8, rook e1, bishop d6, knight c e4, 4, knight into e4, bishop into e4, opening the piles, threatening to double black's pieces, which is weak in the endgame. C, bishop d7, we play c4, bishop b4, rook e2, and the mistake move is castling, which is very tempting because of a3, bishop a5, b4, bishop b6, and c5, and bishop e7 first because we just won a pawn. King h8 and c5, the black bishop is trapped, and we have won eventually a free bishop and a pawn as well. Now, the defense for black, it's not no such openings can be winning. There is a defense for black. In the Tennison Gambit, the defense for black is to play the move f5. In white's alternatives, this is a mistake because we are developing, but it's in the white's alternative. Bishop c4, e6, d3, e takes, c takes, knight f6, castling, bishop e7, bishop into c6, bishop into e6, knight into e6, hitting the queen and the pawn, queen d6 and knight into g7, king f7, castling break, the knight f5 just wins a piece. But this is from the white's alternative. If we see, and if we turn on the engine, we can see that in this position, the move e5 is second best. Bishop f5 falls a trap when a lot of people fall for it, but e5 is actually a good move. f5 is a bad move, but e5 is a good move. e5 is a breaker, game breaker. Now knight into e4, which everybody plays, and we play f5. You might be wondering, what kind of opening is this? Isn't our king open? No, we are hitting his knight. If he plays queen h5 like a beginner, g6, we hit the queen and the knight is still hanging. So So the best move is knight g3. We develop normally. They still cannot bring the queen because we will play g6. Bishop b5. We play knight g7. d4. Our queen takes. Their queen takes. The pawn takes. And it's a drawish position because there is no more tricks and traps. Bishop d7. g6. Bishop g7. You can either cancelling long side or the short side whenever you want, and you will play chess, not fall in traps. But this is from black. If you are white and your opponent plays the move e5, you have nothing to do because it's a draw. But e5 is played 3 games in 100. So that means in 1000, that doubles to 30 games. Now in 1 billion, only 300 games. The chances is low. Your opponent will not play f5 all the times. But this is really a stunning opening if your opponent falls for it because you just won a queen. If your opponent falls for it, and if you don't know the tricks, you will also lose it. And